my name is Lakeisha Marie Ford. I am Jamaican American, and I'm the founder and CEO of Ford Communications, a PR agency that supports multinational companies and brands that want to do business in Africa. And we also support businesses from the African continent connect with their international audience. In addition to that, overall, I'm a multi-hyphenate. In addition to that, I'm also the vice president of the Ghana Jamaica Chamber of Commerce. We are working to facilitate trade and investment between Ghana and Jamaica. And I'm also the founder of Wood and Water, which is a business brunch event and platform that is all about connecting future of Africa and the Caribbean through trade, investment, and pop culture.
What made you relocate from America to Ghana?
Yeah, so I actually studied abroad in 2008. In 2008, that was my first time coming to Ghana. I came as a student through an exchange program. I think it was my sophomore, junior year at Spelman College, and I was recruited by the New York University in Ghana study abroad program. And I attended that program, and through the program was at Ashesi University and took a class at University of Lake Ghana as well. So that was my introduction. The decision to move to Ghana came in 2015 on the tail end of my research project. Um, I was awarded the Boren Fellowship, so I came to Ghana to do research on the impact of Chinese trade in Ghana, focusing on telecommunications and mining. And at the end, well, during that time, I had started my PR agency, the service of it. I don't think I had registered yet, no, but I was doing the work. And essentially, towards the end of my research, it had picked up, and I saw it as an opportunity for me to do more. So that is what has kept me here. Um, is essentially starting the PR agency, really wanting to be a part of this future of Africa and being instrumental in shaping the narrative of the African continent. And I don't want to say I'm single handedly doing that, no, but contributing to it, because there are many factors and people have been doing this work way before me and will continue doing it. So that is one of the things that inspired me to be here. It's what has inspired my work. My North Star is dismantling the misconceptions about Africa, but not just about dismantling misconceptions, but really promoting the innovation and agency that exist here on the African continent. I'm really passionate about the centering of Black excellence, the centering of Black prosperity. So all of my work is a reflection of that.
Why did you decide to open a PR company in Ghana?
Well, as I shared before, my North Star is about dismantling the misconceptions of Africa and promoting the excellence that exists here. So, the vessel that has helped me best accomplish that goal is storytelling, is narrative, shaping narratives, is connecting with media to promote and propel the great work that's being done here. So public relations is literally the vessel and the boat that helps me accomplish my goal of um, contributing to the narrative of the African continent. And I do that by telling the stories of businesses from Ghana and across the African continent, as well as multinationals who want to do business here. So PR is a method to accomplish the goal.
What are the biggest misconceptions global brands have about entering the African market?
The biggest misconception, well, to be very honest, I believe that it keeps changing as our world changes. It keeps changing. the perception of, let's say, Ghana in 2006 and the perception of Ghana in 2021 is very different, right? Like, especially after your return, all of the commotion and promotion around, traveling to Ghana as a destination during December has really pushed and propelled, positively pushed the narrative of Ghana.
What role do you think digital media plays in reshaping Africa's image?
Oh my gosh, it plays one of the biggest roles, to be very honest. I can't remember who said this, but there's a quote that says, um, the message is in the medium, right? The medium that we receive information from will tell us how our perceptions are shaped, and the medium in which is like at the forefront of propelling information or distributing information is what shapes our lives. At one point, it was radio. At one point, it was TV. Now it's our phones with digital media and social media. And we literally dance in a box because we're making content for TikTok. Our heads are down. We have different type of health issues because we receive information and we're constantly on our phones. It is shaping our lives. So when you ask me how important is digital media in shaping the perspective of Africa, it is one of the most um, important platforms or means of pushing information. And that's because that is the medium that is the lead and how people get their information. Uh,
How has things changed for you after getting your Ghanaian citizenship?
After getting my citizenship, I would say for sure, I think I walk with a little bit more confidence than I did before because, listen, people would call people like myself who are from, let's say, outside, right? I'm Jamaican American, but I hold an American passport. Um, they call us expatriates. And I would always say, like, listen, we are immigrants, okay? I am an immigrant in Ghana. And I'd be like, Tree is not my first language. I need someone to partner with me to start a business. I can't do banking unless I pay my residency fee, and my residency is, in good standing. Like, these are the experiences of a migrant. So since receiving my citizenship, I mean, it's been amazing logistically, really nice to not have to pay residency fees after doing it like for so many years. So I'm enjoying that. But I do feel a little bit more confident in a sense that like I don't have to worry about too many logistics. I don't have to worry as much about logistics as I did before. And there's an ease that comes with that. And I think the ease also contributes to just being more relaxed and being able to focus on doing the work as opposed to being in, good legal standing. So it's relaxing.
What challenges have you faced leading a PR firm in Ghana?
Number one, I would say is, finding talent to really build out systems within my company. Um, there's a lot of, unfortunately, like micromanaging that has to happen in order to have quality assurance, which pulls you away from working on the business. You end up working in the business more than you maybe have time for, and that causes inefficiency. So finding really good people it has been tough. Um, so that's one aspect. And I would say, starting up my company is a startup and it has been a startup, but we're not marketed that way because we really have the ability to work with all kinds of agencies and companies, all sizes. Um, but the truth is, as a startup, there's a certain growth curve, if you will, not necessarily learning curve, but sometimes it takes a critical, massive project to really get you over that hump in order to grow. And when the economy was experiencing its fluctuations with the CD, that was really tough because there was a lot of constriction and it hurt small companies like mine. And we had to find ways to diversify, which I did by God's grace, but it wasn't easy. That was one of the challenges.
What advice would you give to young African women looking to break into international communications or start their own PR firm?
Do a lot of reading of people's stories, businesses' stories, get to understand industry, your craft of writing, of storytelling, of narrative shaping. Um, Also on the business side, understand how to do your numbers. You know, you, it's not just about knowing how to do the work, but it's also about knowing the business of communications, whatever that may be, whether it's you're at a marketing firm, PR firm, or, you're a public relations officer at a multi-million dollar company, multi-billion dollar company. Understand the business of what you're doing. I would also say, please understand that there are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. And if you think that you have successfully hacked something or like achieved a shortcut, please understand that you will pay for it on the back end, some way, somehow. So have integrity in your work, respect the process of learning a thing, of perfecting your craft, um, of building a business, of going through building a campaign, executing a campaign, respect the process. Um, what else would I say? Obtain your integrity no matter what. It's everything. Your reputation is everything. And when you have issues, all people are going to remember is how you handled the issue. So sometimes we're so passionate in the midst of maybe dealing with betrayal or, you are the good guy in the story, but you lose it, which is a natural human reaction. Maybe you're angry. Be mindful and be a good steward of how you handle yourself when issues come, because they will come. Handle yourself well and understand that challenges happen so that you can essentially grow. Always ask yourself, what is the lesson in this? And take your time and give yourself grace in the process of going through it. Um, so that those are some of my pieces of advice, which is how to handle yourself, uphold your integrity, know the numbers and the business side of anything that you're doing, perfect your craft, um, and respect the process.
What's next for Lakeisha Ford and Ford Communications?
So Wood and Wata is an event that is done under Ford Communications. We are coming back this year with another Wood and Wata, which is a business brunch that highlights the connection and future of Africa and the Caribbean through trade, investment, and pop culture. But in addition to that, in terms of the core offerings that we have, we're still servicing Ghanaian companies with crisis communications, public relations, media management. But we're also going to be doing some fun workshops for larger brands and smaller brands. So the setup in terms of how we work with companies will be getting creative about our offerings. So maybe before we would have like 6 month, 1 year retainers. We're giving people the opportunity to take advantage of our workshop offerings, and that should be coming out quite soon. So I'm excited about that. I'll be working directly with people who want to develop their profile, people who need support with their company's reputation, or just even overall corporate communications, internal and external. We'll be supporting businesses with that in some cool and different ways. In addition to working with diaspora companies and international brands, small brands that want to activate in Ghana for the festive season. We are offering basically an event activation package where we'll support people who want to do their business here, who want to activate during the December or, key holiday points. So that's what's next. New offerings. We have our flagship event, Wood and Lots are happening this year as well. And yeah, just continuing to build the business and the integrity of the business and just do really great work and making sure our African brands show up in the international market and contribute to shaping the um, the narrative of the African continent.